Woo, let's give a big round of applause once again.
Ray.
Testing. Okay. Good evening, everyone. I did come on stage yesterday, and my talk yesterday was focused more on the youngsters. This today is more for the adults. And I have one question to ask to all of you. Do you think the world is in harmony? Now, that question is one that will be answered towards the end. And but to start, I would like to talk about UBTECH. UBTECH is the fifth most funded robotics company as of 2018, having invested in about $120 million, as in other people giving to them for them to create and construct these robots of theirs. Now, this robot here is called Yanqi, and he would like to do a very short dance performance to all of you. Give me a moment.
So just while Ray is getting set up here, I think we should introduce your robot, Ray. It's Yanqi, right?
Yes.
So the robot, ladies and gentlemen, the robot on stage with Ray right now is known as Yanqi. And Yanqi likes to perform and likes to dance and likes to show everybody a good time while playing music. So what we're about to see very soon is a robot dance. And so for all of the kids here, if you'd like to join in and dance along with our dancing robot, Yanqi, feel free to do so.
That's right, Joey. You know what? I can't wait to see this. And it looks like we have an even bigger crowd already. So, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, please feel free. This is all free seating. Come on right up. Make yourselves comfortable. And by the way, if you guys are going to be capturing any of this on your social media, like Joey and I are definitely going to be doing, make sure you also hashtag, jangan lupa, you can hashtag Petrosains Fest on your Instagram. And you can show us some love as well. All right, back over to you, Rayyann.
Okay, it seems that I may have to restart, but temporarily I'd like to display another robot of UBTECH's. This is the Alpha 1E. The Alpha 1E is a second version to their previous robot, the Alpha 1S, and it is for the junior high school students to learn very basic programming via Blockly and PRP. I shall.
I believe we have a future engineering, robotic engineer right at the front of the stage here, showing so much interest.
Okay, now what you just saw is what China has done with the money they have and the innovation. Why do I bring this up? Okay, in terms of AI, China is among the top 10 countries, together with the United States, the UK, Russia, Canada, Germany, Norway, Sweden, France, and India. They are also, I'll be talking in this presentation about the harmonization of the world, about the aspects and of what the West is doing and what the East is doing. On the East, you can see this is what they've done. This is what China has done. During the World Economic Forum, one of their leaders actually stated, and this was their exact words, China has taken a leading role in the technological innovation and IP protection in the fourth industrial revolution and has the potential to take leadership in the years to come. Now, what is the fourth industrial revolution? For those of you who just joined us, the fourth industrial revolution is the fourth part of a series of industrial revolutions that we've been having. The first was in the 1700s with steam engines and mechanization coming in. The second in the 1800s was factories, assembly lines, and other forms of mass production. The third in the 1900s, which I have to pay respect to Alan Turing, the father of computing, was the computer and basic networks. We are now in the fourth industrial revolution, the one where internet is everywhere. We've got Internet of Things, we've got blockchain, we've got cryptocurrencies. Now, why do I bring this up? The world, in my view, is not in harmony. We've got things going on in the West like Brexit, which as of October 28th, the EU postponed it to January 31st in Boris Johnson's partial disappointment. We have got the trade war occurring between China and the US, which Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, has stated to negatively affect their competition, Apple's competition with Samsung. And this is where Trump came in, and he stated that he found it a compelling argument and is now attempting to resolve this trade war. Now, we have many other things, like let me get the exact name. The Iran-Saudi Arabia proxy conflict. It was during this period that Saudi Arabia called Iran's leader the current Hitler, stating that Hitler only wanted to conquer Europe, while this guy wants to conquer the world. And then Iran's reply stating that they will not leave any part of Saudi Arabia untouched, except for Mecca and Medina, unless this conflict is resolved. Now, why I bring this up is because truly the only way to bring this harmonization that we all want together is via science and technology. Already, as I stated before, it was because of what Tim Cook said that President Trump is now attempting to resolve the conflict. And this really shows that all of us need to be well educated and well versed in both science and technology. Science and technology will be the backbone of the future. And without it, I doubt the world will be able to enter a fifth industrial revolution. This is where I brought in UBTECH, and for all of us to be educated, as I stated in my last presentation, there are a few things that we must all keep in mind. Health is number one. Health is very important. Without health, really, we can't do anything. We won't be strong enough. We won't have the dedication to stick on and continue with our work. Now, when I refer to health, I refer to whole food plant-based. Whole food plant-based is a diet that I talked about in my previous presentation, where you consume mainly plants. Whole food plant-based, the reason why the whole food is there is because you must see the plant itself. And this will in this diet, you cannot have butter, no cheese, no milk, no any other form of animal protein. That is one of the important ways to continue innovating and creating new things for us to move on to our fifth industrial revolution. But before I end, I would like to state that it is our duty as citizens, not of our countries, but as citizens of the world, to put back this harmonization that we were in millions of years ago, or thousands of years ago when humans first came about. And we must come back to that state, because without that, we are not humans. We're animals. Animals feeding off of each other's ego, each other's negative actions. So please, I beg the entire world, whoever is watching this, harmonize the world with science and technology. Any questions?
Right, ladies and gentlemen, there you are, harmonizing the world with science and technology. And of course, that is why we got Ray here today, because this is the Petrosains Science Festival. And Ray, we want to open up the floor to some questions,
Sure.
right?
Anyone?
So do we have any questions from anybody here? Maybe some questions in regards to the robots? Would you like to ask a question about the robots? Do you have any questions? No?
Well, first of all, you know what? I think we should just acknowledge how absolutely brilliant a presentation that was, right? Let's give Ray another massive round of applause, guys.
Thank
mean,
you.
that was exceptional. Very well said. And yeah, like we said, if you have any questions at all for Ray himself, how you developed your interest in science and technology, in robotics, for example, maybe you could share a little bit about that. How did you develop your interest in it?
My interest in science began when I was about 5 to 7. And it was first by looking up at the stars. The same thing that amazed Archimedes hundreds of years ago, and the same thing that amazed Galileo Galilei. When I thought about it, I realized that science is the only way for one to truly understand the world and to understand the universe, because understanding the universe is the key to our existence. So yeah, it began when I was about 5 to 7 years old.
So Ray, what I want to ask you is, since you're so into science, technology, quantum mechanics, quantum physics, and so on, what type of innovations do you hope to see? I mean, you're only 12 years old, you've got your whole future ahead of you, but within the next 20 years or so, what type of advancement would you personally hope to see in technology?
More work on research and development. I mean, already 2.5% of China's GDP has been set on research and development. And I think I'd like to see more of that happening all around the world.
Fantastic. And I think a good question that we should probably be asking is, Ray, if you've inspired any of our younger generation here today and they wanted to get into science or technology as a start, where would you advise them and how would you advise them to start off on their journey into science?
Now, as preparation, I've already stated what I said about health and that discipline is very important. But to start, I think it would be a good start to be curious. It was curiosity that led all the great scientists to their discoveries, and it would be curiosity that leads everyone here today to discover.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think on that note, let's give Rayyann a big round of applause. Thank you very much for joining us here today. And of course, let's have a round of applause for Yanqi. And Yanqi's friend is?
Alpha 1E.
Alpha 1-2. Are we going to have a dance from Yanqi? Yanqi actually has stage fright. Let's just say this, okay? This is a robot with true stage fright. Because off stage, Yanqi is so giving. Yanqi likes to dance. Yanqi likes to move and do the... the whole robot thing. And when we get Yanchi up on stage, Yanchi goes a little bit cold. But are we gonna get? Is Yanchi gonna? There,
Oh, he's
there we
warmed
are.
up.
Hello, Yanchi.
Say hello, Yanchi, guys. Nak ikut dia menari tak? Come, let's follow, let's copy. Jom, jom. Come on, guys.
You want to do a robot dance? You want to dance with Yanchi?
Come on, kids. Let's do it
There we
together.
go. Let's do the robot dance.
Ya, jom. Kita menari sama-sama. I think he's got better dance moves than you do, Joey.
Come on, ladies and gentlemen, clap along.
Woo! Here we go, our two youngest dancers here. Jom, let's follow, let's follow.
Wow, you look like you're a dancer.
Let's follow what Yanshi's doing. Can you see? Yeah. Oh, Yanshi's too good for us. I'm just making a fool of myself. To the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. Oh. Not bad. I gotta say, I'm really impressed. Ladies and gentlemen, oh, look, we got some little dancers down here on the dance floor too, doing the Yanchi moves. Hashtag Yanchi moves. So, Rayyann,
Whoa,
did you
he's
teach him
going
how to
for it
dance?
today.
How did you teach him how to dance, Rayyann? And don't forget, if you guys are on your social media, you can also capture this and share the love. That's right, this is Yanchi right here, rocking the stage at the Petrosains Science Festival 2019. Hashtag Petrosains Fest, and also do feel free to go ahead and tag us, Insta Petrosains.
Oh, yeah. Right now, Yanchi the dancing robot.
He's got some tunes too, right, Joey?
The robot's got better moves than I have. That's why I'm not dancing. I'm just standing here. And let's give a round of applause for Yanchi, ladies and gentlemen. And last but not least, let's give a round of applause one last time for Rayyann.
Woo! Thank you so much, Rayyann.
Thank
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, we